Rob, we had an interesting email the other day, and it was from a lady who literally was trying to get her son out of the house. Do you remember that? And
I do.
She was asking whether she had a right to just change the locks and lock her son, and he was an adult, by the way, lock him out, or whether she had to go through some eviction process. And what was your response to her?
Well, this always comes down to whether or not the son constitutes being a tenant. So if you have your relative in the house and they are paying rent or expected to pay rent, then actually they become a tenant. And then you have to follow landlord-tenant law, in which case you would not be able to, you'd be prohibited from changing locks or turning the electricity off or anything like that. If there's just there with your consent and you terminate consent, in my view, they're nothing more than a trespasser at that point, and they're not covered by landlord-tenant law. Really, the police should help you, remove that person. They don't always do that, but they are not covered by landlord-tenant law, so you could effectively do that.
Well, I do want to add this, Rob, that occasionally we get a question from somebody who's a tenant where they're not literally paying rent dollar-wise, but they are doing services, whether they're mowing the lawn. That could have been the son's job. Hey, you can stay here as long as you mow the lawn and keep your room clean, and that. Or occasionally we have people that move into houses where they understand they're going to fix them up. Hey, just because they're not paying dollar rent, that they still might be in a landlord-tenant relationship.
That constitutes rent. So things other than cash or money, but an agreement to do something is rent, a rent of a type, and rent enough to be covered by the landlord-tenant law.
And then, out of curiosity, Rob, did you hear back from that lady after you gave her that advice about how that went for her?
I haven't yet.
Yeah.
But you never know.
All right. Thank you, Rob. Appreciate it.
You're welcome.
I was concerned about her because I think her son was not such a good guy, so I was concerned about what it would be like as a parent to, lock your adult child out of your house and what his reaction might be when he comes home to find that's happened to him. So I hope everything went well for her.